Bullish AMP cost forecasts range somewhere in the range of $0.019531 and $0.036891 by 2030. Market experts accept AMP could reach $0.015191 by 2025. Bearish AMP market cost expectation for 2023 is $0.003472. AMP introduction. Clients have become used to paying quickly and the independence from worry over security while making buys. This is somewhat more trying for blockchains. Notwithstanding, AMP is utilizing collateralization through its AMP token to ensure that network clients will not need to pick either speed and security. Despite the fact that the security token was just presented toward the finish of 2020, it has gained extraordinary headway. The organization is as of now being utilized by north of 40,000 areas, and its cryptographic money is beginning to build up forward movement. Might we at any point conjecture the cost of AMPs? And is the token a method for installment later on? What is AMP? In the space of cryptography, there is banter about whether to put security or speed first. To guarantee the well-being of each and every exchange, security is required. However, speed is fundamental for the boundless reception of a blockchain. Collateralization is AMP's solution to this issue. Clients can wager digital money with every exchange to guarantee that it will finish. The maker of Fleexa organization, Tyler Spalding, additionally established AMP. It is built on the Fleexa organization and records two basic roles. While people can involve AMP for secure and quick exchanges from their own resources, consolidating Fleexa with AMP is workable for vendors to ensure that installments are paid continuously. AMP Specialized examination. Specialized examination demonstrates that since its send-off, the AMP cost has moved generally high and low. The coin's process started at $0.0095, and as per verifiable records, it kept up with this cost for a very long time. Afterward, it showed a sudden increment and crossed $0.039. It then continued with moderate exchanging after that. AMP arrived at a record high of $0.1211. In any case, following that, the coin had a lofty decay and retested around $0.039. AMP Central examination. AMP's white paper contends that it fills in as a vehicle for gathering esteem, while matching the motivations, everything being equal in conveyed tokenized monetary organizations. This is finished by joining a non-inflationary motivation dispersion with positive input circles of rising spending capacity. Essential financial models are created to show that AMP proceeds as low unpredictability guarantee, with its worth becoming simply because of the utility it offers. By empowering decentralized possession and support in monetary organizations, applications based on AMP can become significant degrees more expense productive than existing frameworks, and assist with wiping out the staggering extra weight loss of customary social and monetary designs for monetary exchanges. The report proceeds. AMP is right now worth $0.004340 United States dollars. AMP has moved 9.50% as of now, with an exchanging volume of $8,403,778. AMP is at present position 161 among all digital forms of money, with a market capitalization of $187,373,319 United States dollars. Using the overall strength list, RSI moving weighted normal, MWA, Williams fractal, and moving normal intermingling uniqueness, MACD. From the outline above, we can decide cost designs for AMP. To conclude, whether having a bullish or negative year is going. Our cost expectation gauges utilize continuous AMP market information, and all information is refreshed live on our site. This permits us to give dynamic cost expectations in light of current market movement. AMP Value Forecast 2023. AMP, from certain perspectives, is one of the most astonishing cryptographic forms of money to rise this year. The AMP cost conjecture for 2023 expects a huge expansion in the year's final part, perhaps coming to $0.006510. Similarly, as with other cryptographic forms of money, the ascent will be slow. However, no significant drops are normal. Averaging $0.006076 in cost is very aggressive. However, it is practical sooner rather than later given expected coordinated efforts and headways. AMP is supposed to have a base worth of $0.005208. AMP Value Expectation 2024. Of every 2024, AMP cost forecast has a lot of space for development. Because of the possible declarations of various new associations and drives, We guess that the cost of AMP will before long outperform $0.010850. In any case, we ought to hold on to check whether the AMP's overall strength file emerges from the oversold zone prior to putting down any bullish wagers. Taking into account the market unpredictability, AMP will exchange with a base exchanging cost of $0.008680 and a typical exchanging cost of $0.009548. AMP Value Forecast 2025. Assuming that the vertical pattern go on until 2025, it could reach $0.015191 and AMP might benefit. On the off chance that the market encounters a downfall, the objective may not be met. AMP is supposed to exchange at a typical cost of $0.013889 and a low of $0.013020 in 2025. AMP Value Expectation 2026. In the event that AMP effectively supports market feeling among digital money devotees, the AMP coin cost could stay stable for the following 5 years. As per our projections, AMP will be green in 2026. The AMP is supposed to reach and outperform its unsurpassed high in 2026. In 2026, the virtual cash will be valued at $0.019531 with a base cost of $0.017361 and a typical cost of $0.018229. AMP Value Expectation 2027. After some broad gauging and specialized investigation, we gauge the AMP cost is supposed to cross a normal value level of $0.022569 by 2027, with a base cost of $0.021701 anticipated before the year's end. Moreover, AMP has a greatest value worth of $0.023871. AMP Value Forecast 2028. Because representing things to come organizations that are supposed to occur by 2028, we are expecting that a bullish pattern will keep carrying the typical cost to around $0.026909. In the event that AMP figures out how to break the safe level in 2028, we could see a greatest cost of $0.028211, neglecting to accumulate the help AMP needs by 2028. Could bring about a low of $0.026041. AMP Value Expectation 2029. While AMP is endeavoring towards interoperability between organizations to hurry cooperation, the bullish pattern from the earlier year is supposed to proceed. So the base exchange cost has been put at $0.030381 and a yearly cost close above $0.032551 in 2029. AMP Value Forecast 2030. By 2030, AMP will at last outperform its past AF values and record new cost levels. The base cost could be $0.034721 and possibly arrive at a most extreme value worth of $0.036891, averaging out at $0.035589. AMP Value Expectation 2031. The digital money